This season, Team Suzuki Pilipinas is not only the sole Philippines team in the underbone category, it is also the only Suzuki team in the championship. Now that we are more than halfway through the season, let's sit down with team manager Benedict Martin and rider John Larry to discuss the team's progress in the underbone championship. So Ben, how's the team doing in the underbone this year?
Actually, for underbone, we have a lot of challenges ahead. First of all, we are developing a new engine, so in order for you to develop, it takes time. And for this year, we are in the year of learning, no? And improving our skills and making the experience or the foundation of experience more stronger. So definitely, we have a lot of challenges this year for underbone.
How about you, John? How do you feel you're performing in the underbone this year?
This year, develop my skill and more experience for Asia road racing. And maybe next year, if I'm strong in Asia.
So how different is it racing the underbone here in Asia compared to in the Philippines?
It's quite, there's a lot of difference, no? First, the racetrack itself, no? In the Philippines, racetrack are okay, but if you compare it with the Asian racetrack, this is much better. So in terms of safety and standards, I guess the Asian tracks are good, no? And then secondly, in terms of motorcycles itself, the racing units itself, here the level of engineering and technology is very high. That's why maybe we are having a hard time catching up with the technology and engineering of the underbone. Because in Indonesia, for example, and in Thailand, racing has been there for the past 20 years. In the case of the Philippines, it has been there only maybe not more than 10 years. So there's a disparity of around 10 years. There's a gap of 10 years in terms of technology. So that alone already is a very big difference. And lastly, the rider. The rider in Indonesia and Thailand has more seat time rather than the seat time in the Philippines. Because, as I've said, racing have started in the Philippines quite late already. Maybe 10 years ago it started, no? So that's a very big difference. Racetrack, technology, and riders' experience.
So John, what do you think about your competitors in Asia?
In Asia, my competitors are very good, very high level, and in Philippines, we need more time and to practice, a lot of experience. That's why all of my competitive is very nice and very good.
Do you feel any pressure being the only underbone rider in your team? Do you feel any pressure being the only underbone rider in your team?
Not so pressure, but we need more experience in Asia road racing.
So Ben, what are the main challenges that you face this year? Since you say this year is a year to learn.
Yeah, so first of all, in terms of technology, that is the #1 challenge. Number 2 maybe is learning the tracks that we run in, no? Because predominantly most of the tracks are new to the riders, no? Especially to John. And then lastly is the experience of the rider itself, no? And actually, the people of TWR, two-wheel motor racing, are very, very nice, very accommodating. And because of this, we feel like home. We feel very at ease with the competition. However, as I've said again, we need the foundation to continue this racing. The basic foundation of learning, of improving machine, improving experience, and improving the riders itself.
Since you mentioned that Philippines only started racing about 10 years ago, so what's the country doing in terms of developing riders for future bigger competitions like the Asia Road Racing?
Actually, there is no, not we don't call it any preparation. We don't really have any preparation. No. However, in the Philippines, no, for example, 115, we have during the races we have asked the help of different Indonesian mechanics, no, so that would address technology. But for the riders, we plan to send them to Indonesia or Malaysia to compete there in order to strengthen their experience and knowledge about racing. So basically, that is the preparation that we are doing. Currently, actually, in the Philippines, most of the racetrack are closed because of what happened to Maiko. Now, we don't really have any standard or permanent racetrack to practice on. So we would like to resort to go to other countries to compete and practice.
So John, we had a question on our Facebook page. One of your fans wanted to know, when do you think you'll be ready to join the Supersport 600cc?
It's depend on my boss Lakay. But now this year I'm focusing in a 115 category. Maybe if I have a if I have a chance to 600, maybe training, and this is my decision of my boss. Yes.
So how about Ben? When do you think John will be ready for the Supersport 600?
Well, actually, 600 is a different discipline, no, compared to Underbone. Now, we are toying on the idea to let Jan join. However, he must train motocross first, no, because in motocross you develop a lot of skill in terms of speed and in controlling the bike. So that would be the first phase. Second, maybe is he would enroll in a racing school in other countries. No, that's why we asked Christopher, the chief mechanic here, that Christopher, yeah, Chris, I mean. So he gave us ideas on where to enroll. So maybe we would cross the bridge when we are there. As of now, Jan focuses on 115.